Hello and welcome back to the Mark 10. You would have seen kind of part 2-ish, but on the filler work that we did. Bo and Luke have been busy and the body shell's out there now. All the shaping work's done on the body and it's sitting in epoxy. So we're now just getting these doors sorted out. Now, as we've already seen, they've been tack welded all the way along. So they've slipped a piece of steel up behind there and then just tacked all the way down. And what that's done is repaired it. I mean, they've shaped it nice and they fit well. So we're a bit reluctant to just cut it off when there's no need to. But there's a lot of filler in here because it's pulled it all and it's not continuously welded. So what we're doing, we're just going to zip straight through there with a 1mm cutting disc and weld it back together, essentially, so it's continuous. Now, if we just cut this, it would wobble about, and then as we weld it, it's going to move and distort. And so you've got to approach it methodically and thoughtfully. So what we've done here, just to show you, here's what I did earlier, is we've just sliced through the join there. So you can see there that they've tucked it under, and here we've got a nice continuous cut. New metal, the original metal. And if we slice through there and just tack as we go and cool as we go, what that does is, because we've got the 1mm split down there, we've got room for the metal to move. As it heats up, it expands. As it cools, it contracts. So we just take our time cutting and welding or tacking and get it to pull its shape, hammer and dolly as we go. Which I've a couple of spoons here ready to move around as we go. But if we continue this all the way down, cutting sort of 6 inches, tacking it, 6 inches, tacking it, cooling and shaping as we go, by the time we get to the end, in theory, that should be nice and pretty damn straight, and then we just follow through, continuously welding between the gaps, cooling as we go. Now, just to highlight this little section that we've done here, as you can see, it's just tack welded. We're not ground back or done anything else with it yet, but if we put the profile gauge on there, I don't know if you come down into there, Lou, you can see that we've got a half decent profile there straight away. Is that focusing up?
Yeah, just about.
Excellent. And if I pull it down here, you can see all this daylight, that's where it's all shrunk. So what we're doing, as we're cutting that and relieving it, welding it and cooling it, we're pulling it all back up into shape. So that's what we're going to go and do all the way down through the doors, so that when it's done, it will still need a light skim of filler, but it won't need a heavy build like it had before. So what I'm going to do now, just while Lou's here, because I can't have Lou standing around filming me for the next couple of hours, I'll do another slice and I'll just tack it and cool it, show you what we're doing, and then we've got the GoPro running as well, so we'll let that take over and Lou can go do some work. So I'll be mindful when the sparks are going, Lou. I'm just going to clean this up quickly. We've taken most of the filler work out of here. Within the welds there's still a little bit, so now that's got nice and hot for the cut, we'll quickly clean up with a wire wheel. Okay, Lou, if you keep the camera going, but look away. see now again, the bit we've just done, not totally closed that gap up, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was. And then we can get in behind that. You see that's where it was, that's where we're now at. So once we've gone all the way down there like that, we can then linish all of these nice and smooth, press it up to the back, and then continue down, continuously weld and cool. And we'll have a repaired door ready to go into epoxy. So as I say, I'm going to let Lou do some work now. GoPro will take over, and we'll whip through the rest of that door. Okay, so there's the first run through that door skin. Don't know how well that's going to pick up. Probably not the easiest to show on here. But we've got rid of almost all of that stretching in the middle of the skin. And as you can see, all we've done here is go along, slice it, tack, 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 all the way through. Came into a little bit of bother here, because on the reverse side of here there's no access to the skin, because that's where the door hinge mount is, so there's no access in here. So what I did, which might pick up on the GoPro, is just with a slide hammer, the dent puller, tacked a pin on here, and just with the slide hammer just lifted ever so slightly to bring this up a little bit, tacked it, cooled it, and removed the pin. And just dressed it down. It's a little bit high here, so we've dressed that down as it's gone in, and yeah, it's all gone in really quite nicely. So next step is we've got a little bit of a low just in here, and very little access into the back of it, so I'm going to see what we can do just to pull that up a little bit, and then we'll continue down all the way through here, joining up all of these welds, cooling as we go, and linishing back. Okay, hopefully, it's hard to know where to put a GoPro in here. We're a little bit cozy, but hopefully you've pieced together how we've done this and the process that we've used. It's come out pretty well. There's still a bit of a low here, which once it's on the car, I think we'll look to dress it on the car, because at the minute the panel moves around quite a bit. So if we run down here, you can see we're nice and tight. Nice and tight. We're starting to open up a gap here. Nothing like we had before, but that's kind of at the worst there. So we can get in behind and dress that out once the panel's fixed and not skipping around the bench. It's also a big panel to try and sort of manoeuvre on your own and hammer and dolly. So with it on the car, we can deal with that. And as we come up here, it will start to close down again. But that is now continuously welded all the way through there. And yeah, I mean, we're not aiming for perfect metal finish, because perfect metal finish doesn't really exist. Metal finish will still need a wipe over it. Now, we're going to get this closer to where it needs to be, but it's still going to need a few mil of a wipe through there just to level that out when it's all done. But that's now continuously welded in, seam welded all the way down there. There's no overlap. Again, once it's on the car and upright, we can take out the bit that we cut off, which is sitting inside there, from the overlap. But none of this has changed, so that will go straight back in the hole exactly where it was, which obviously we will double check long before we paint this. But that's one door down. I'll crack on now and do the other two, because the front passage is really good anyway. So we'll get that done. Moving on now, next step you'll see is panels on the car in epoxy, shaped up, and heading into polyester. So cracking forward now with the Mark 10. With all the welding repairs now carried out on the doors and a fresh coat of epoxy onto everything, boys are busy just doing some shaping up on the panels, as we've covered in previous videos actually recently with watching filler dry and is lead dead. Two videos that you can find if you go back to our main page. But the shaping up's virtually completed now, so what we now do is the panels go back into the booth. They will get a fresh coat of epoxy, sealing over all of the filler work, all the shaping work. And then the car will get reassembled as a complete car. And it will go into the booth as a complete car and have a full coat of Novol for Classic Car polyester. 2 coats of this will go on, and then we'll block to uniform shape the body as a complete assembly before stripping it down again and painting it in primer. Okay, with all the shaping work done, everything coated in the epoxy, we have found a couple of little bits we weren't totally happy with on the front wings, and we haven't actually re-epoxied the bonnet yet, so we're going to do that now. With it fully assembled, we'll get it in the booth, we'll get those bits re-epoxied. While it's in the booth and all masked out, it'll then go straight into the Novol for Classic Car epoxy stage, which is the final part of the shaping. So the reason we do this fully assembled is Bo and Luke have spent a little bit of time now just getting the doors hung, so they're all lined up. So we've got a nice swage line going all the way through there. So they're all nicely aligned. So we polyester the vehicle now as a complete vehicle, all gapped and lined up. And then we block that down to make sure that all the lines are continuous. We've got a nice flow through the body. Once we're happy with that, strip it all back down again to component panels. Novol for Classic Car Hybrid Epoxy Filler Primer, which is the top coat primer, which gets blocked down, ready for colour.
Okay, lovely. That's the polyester on now. I gave Bo the first coat, so he's put the first coat on for a little bit of practice, considering he's up and coming painter apprentice at the moment. So yeah, he enjoyed that, and as I say, the polyester is now on. That's 2 coats. It's nice and uniform, so it should block out really quite nice and straight. That's our job for tomorrow. Ahead of a top coat epoxy primer that we will use before our base and clear. So yeah, things are rolling forward with the Jag. It's going well. So that's the end of the video. Next week you'll get some Jensen footage, I believe. So you've got all that to look forward to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe, comment, and yeah, see you next week.